hey Frank. Yeah, Ezra here. I don't know if you can see me, but hopefully you can see the guitar neck. So anyway, a friend of mine, Frank, asked, I was showing him a couple of licks on the guitar. I'm mostly a rhythm guitar player, so I was showing him a bunch of kind of rhythm things that I do. Mostly what I call the hammer-on from the 1 to the 4. And so you can do it in G, you can do it in A, you can do it in pretty much any chord, but I was showing him specifically how to do it from G and from A to do a rhythm lick. So I wanted to just kind of give a kind of rundown of that. So let me see if I can get my fretting hand here. Hopefully you can see that. So anyway, so in G, so what you're doing is you're essentially going from the root chord, the 1, to the 4. So in G, you're holding on to the 1, 2. So it's really like an augmentation or a suspension, an augmentation. So it's like an augmented chord. So you get kind of both the 1 and the 4 kind of ringing together. So in G, the way I do it, and it's really important to have the right kind of chordal form in order to free up the fingers that you need in order to kind of do this lick. So this is something I learned from listening to Bob Dylan. It's something he used heavily, and he used it on Highway 61 in particular. So you want to use this kind of form where your ring finger is kind of playing the G root, and then your pinky is on the high G. And what that does is it frees up these two fingers to kind of move around and give that hammer on of the 4, and that's C, which would be a C chord. So here's a C chord, and here's the G chord, right? And so what you're doing is you're just hammering on the C over the G. So you hold on to the G in the root. In the two G's, you're holding on to the high G on your pinky, and you're holding on to the low G, the root, with your ring finger, and then you're just hammering on what would be the C. So that would be an E note, and a C note, and that gives you this kind of hammer on of the 4, so of the C. So you're kind of rocking back and forth basically. I use this all the time, especially in G. And once you kind of get the hang of it, it's something that's really hard to kind of stop doing. But sometimes it's appropriate, sometimes it's not. But definitely in Highway 61, Bob Dylan uses it to great effect. It's a very bluesy kind of sound. So anyway, so what you're doing is you're playing the G, and then you just hammer on the 4. So you can hear that I've got the G and the C ringing together, and then you rock back to the G, and then you do it again. Okay, so together it all sounds like. So almost like every other stroke, I'm hammering on that C chord form over the G, and then every other stroke after that, I'm taking it back off and rocking back to the straight G. And obviously Bob Dylan, it sounds a lot like Highway 61, because it is essentially. So that's one way to do it, and then you can do it in any kind of rhythm you're using. So if you're doing like a 6/8. Or you could do it, any kind of rhythm. You can always use it in basically any rhythm that you're playing. So anyway, let's listen to Highway 61 a little bit, and then we'll move on to the A form, and we'll talk about that one. So anyway, Highway 61, just the intro kind of, and he just sings over the top of that. God said to Abraham, kill me your son. Abe said, man, you must be put and then he goes and hangs out on C. Next time you see me coming, and I do it with a 7 there. See me coming, you better run. And what I do here is I take that C7 and I slide it up a whole step to the D. If said, where you want this killing done? Back to the C. God said, take it back out on Highway 61. Okay, so that's the G form, and then let's talk about the A form. So the reason why I use a simple bar for the A is because when you bar the A with the first finger, it frees up these 3 fingers to kind of do whatever you want and layer things over the top of the A. And so you're doing a very similar thing with the A. You're layering on the 4 on top of the A. So you can hear that. You can see that I'm just hammering on basically on top of the A with these 2 fingers, just hammering on that 4 chord. And then there's all kinds of things you can do off of that. So you can do little licks like. Form, and again it's just very similar. I think the last thing, Frank, that I was showing you was I was showing you how to go from a D in like how basically the Big Star uses a lot of those forms and little licks off of those open chords to kind of create their sound. So I think it was back of a car just does a D, and they just move that. What would be the A down to down a half step. This is where that lick comes in, right? So that's why I'm doing that A, that barring that A, because I can do a nice lick off that. So. And there I do. There I'm not gonna go. I'm not going to layer the C on, so I just do that G, that full kind of Gordon Lightfoot G, I call it. So all together. And then there's a descending from the C. C, G, G. Sitting in the back of a car, music so loud, I can't tell a thing, thinking about what to say. I can't find my line. So that's the back of a car lick, and it's just basically D, A, G with a little bit of a C, it's descending C in there. So watch my first finger, A, and then the hammer-ons here off the A, so I'm hammering on a C. So that gives that little like classic Big Star lick. I just kind of stretch that one note up there off the D string. Anyway, that's kind of classic Big Star lick. That's sort of done in a similar way. So anyway, that'll kind of give you a feel for it. So you, again, with those 1 to 4 transitions, you can just do it on the G. You can just and the same thing on A. It sounds almost exactly the same. It's basically you're playing Highway 61 in A. God said to Abraham, kill me a son. And I'm just muffling the E string with my thumb just so that it doesn't ring at all. It's kind of sloppy, but it works. So that's my thumb. You can see my thumb's just kind of resting on that E string. It's just basically muffling it so that all I'm really getting. And Keith Richards famously ripped the E string off of his guitar. I don't need to do that. I'm just muffling it with my thumb, and so that it doesn't ring. So it doesn't ring open at all. You don't hear it over the A. There's that E. Nothing, right? God said to Abraham, kill me a son. Abe said, man, you must be putting me on. God said, no. Abe said, what? God said, you can do what you want, Abe, but the next time you see me coming, instead of going to a C, you're going to a D. See me coming, you better run. Then to D. Abe said, where you want this killing done? And God said, you can take it out on Highway 61. Yeah, all right. Well, thanks for watching, and Frank, I hope you got something out of this. And for all you other folks out there, if you watched it, I hope you got a little something out of it. And I will see you next week. Thanks. Bye.